You have a deadline in 3 days. You know about it. You have known about it for 2 weeks. You have everything you need to start. The document is open, the tab is right there. Yet, somehow, for 13 days straight, you have found approximately 47 other things that needed doing first. Then the deadline is tomorrow. And suddenly, you're unstoppable. You write faster than you have written in months. Your brain is sharp, you're focused, you're not checking your phone, you're not hungry, you're not tired, you're logged in, and honestly, the work is pretty good. And the next morning, after you submit it, you think the same thing. You always think, why can't I just work like that all the time? Not the guilt, not the just be more disciplined advice you have already heard and ignored. The actual science of why pressure works, why you are literally built to perform under it, how to manufacture it on demand so you stop waiting for deadline to become the version of yourself you actually want to be. Stay until the end. The last technique is the one most people never figure out. There's a chemical called norepinephrine. You have probably never thought about it, but it's been running your productivity your entire life. When your brain detects a real threat, a deadline, a consequence, something actually on the line, it releases norepinephrine. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible to focus and decision making, lights up like a switchboard. Distractions stop registering, options narrow, the noise goes quiet. Your brain essentially enters a mode that researchers call acute stress response. In this mode, your cognitive performance genuinely improves, not slightly, measurably. You're not undisciplined, you're not broken, you're not procrastination by nature. You are a human being whose brain is operating exactly as designed. It just needs to believe the stakes are real before it gives you full access to its best performance. The problem isn't you. The problem is that most of your goals have no teeth. Think about the last goal you set about yourself, the one you were genuinely excited about. You wrote it down, maybe you told someone, you felt good just deciding it, and then nothing happened. Days passed, the goal sat there, patient, undemanding, asking nothing of you, punishing you for nothing, disappearing quietly into the background of your life. Your brain does a constant background calculation. It is always asking, what happens if I don't do this right now? For a real deadline, the answer is clear. You lose the grade, you lose the job, you lose the client. Consequence is certain, specific, and close. For your personal goals, the answer is nothing. Nothing happens today if you skip the workout. Nothing happens this week if you don't work on that business. The consequence is distant, vague, and easy to defer. Your brain is not lazy, it's logic. It's simply prioritizing correctly according to the information it has. So the solution isn't more motivation, it isn't more discipline, it isn't waking up at 5 a.m. and hoping today feels different. The solution is giving your brain the information it needs to treat your goals the same way it treats a deadline. Step 1. Make the consequence real and immediate. This is the most powerful thing you can do, and almost nobody does it correctly. Most people set goals with no downside. I'll try to go to the gym 3 times this week. Try, that word, haha. Try is the sound of a goal with no consequence attached. You need skin in the game. Tell someone specific what you are going to do and when, not vaguely, specifically. Now, there is a consequence. Now, your brain has something to work with. Social stakes are real stakes. The fear of looking like someone who doesn't follow through is one of the most powerful performance triggers that exist. You can also use money. Put $50 somewhere, you will lose it if you don't hit the goal. Your brain responds to financial consequences the same way it responds to deadlines because losing money is real, way future regret is not. Step 2. Compress the timeline. You don't work better under pressure because you have less time. You work better under pressure because less time forces your brain to stop optimizing and start executing. When you have 3 weeks, your brain runs on an optimization loop. It thinks about the best possible approach, the best possible start point, best possible version of thing. It never starts because it's still preparing to start perfectly. When you have 3 hours, the optimization loop shuts down. Perfect becomes irrelevant. Done becomes the only option. Give yourself less time than you think you need. Not to stress yourself, to force execution. If a task would take you a full afternoon with no pressure, give yourself 90 minutes and a hard stop. The constraint creates the focus. The focus creates the output. Parkinson's law say work expands to fill the time available. Flip it, shrink the time. Watch what happens. Step 3. Raise the visibility of the goal. Out of the sight is genuinely out of the mind. This is not a metaphor, it's neuroscience. Your brain prioritizes what it can see. A goal written in a notebook and never looked at again is invisible to the system that decides what matters today. A goal on a whiteboard in front of your desk is visible every time you sit down. Different brain response every time. Make your goal impossible to ignore. Put it on a sticky note on your laptop, set it as your phone wallpaper, tell 3 people about in this week. The more your brain encounters the goal, the more it registers as real, present, relevant. Which is exactly the condition that triggers the pressure response without needing an actual emergency. You're not tricking your brain, you're giving it accurate information about what actually matters. Step 4. This is one of the most people skip, and it's one that actually makes the other 3 stick. Learn to enjoy the pressure. This sounds like bad advice. It isn't. Most people experience pressure as something happening to them, something unpleasant to survive until it's over. And because they frame it that way, they avoid creating it artificial. They keep their goals soft and their timelines loose and their stakes low. Because the alternative feels uncomfortable. But the people who are consistently productive, not occasionally productive, not deadline productive, but genuinely consistent, they have made a different decision. They have decided that the focused, sharp, locked in feelings that come with real stake is not something to avoid. It is something to seek. Every time you manufacture pressure deliberately, every time you set a public deadline, shrink your timeline, raise the visibility of your goal, you are not torturing yourself. You are giving yourself access to the version of you that already exists. The one that showed up at 11 p.m. the night before the deadline and did in few hours what you couldn't do in 2 weeks. That person isn't a stressed version of you. That's just you with the brakes off. You have a project you have been avoiding. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. You have been wanting to start it for 4 months. You have the idea, you have the equipment, you have no deadline, no consequence, no visibility, and no pressure. And so you have no channel. This week, you tell 3 people you're posting your videos on Saturday. You book a time slot Saturday 3 p.m. and you tell those 3 people that's when it goes up. Now there's a deadline. Now there's a social consequence. Now your brain has information it can use. You give yourself 2 hours of Thursday to write the script, 2 hours only. Hard stop. Optimization loop closed. Execution begins. You put up sticky note on your monitor that stay and say Saturday 3 p.m. Every time you sit down, your brain registers it. And on Saturday at 3 p.m., you post the video. Not the perfect video, the video. This is not discipline. This is an architecture. You build a condition that made the outcome almost inevitable. Your brain did the rest. You have been using it your entire life. Every time you have done your best work, pressure was involved. Every time you surprise yourself with that you were capable of, there was something on the line. You already know what you are capable of under pressure. You have seen it, you have felt it. The only question is whether you are willing to stop waiting for an emergency to prove it. You don't need a crisis to access your best performance. You just need to build one deliberately, on purpose, for the things that actually matter to you. Because the focused, logged in, unstoppable version of you that shows up at the last minute, they have been available the whole time. You just never gave them a reason to show up early.